Decent beer. The end is nigh. Oh, Christ. We have an intruder. Sound the alarm. The alarm's drinker. Get up! Some woman sneaked in. Yotcha.
Brass knuckles. Brutal, yet effective. Man, I miss Killzone.
I'll be right back.
Are you working for Flora, miss? Please help, miss. Gosh, I think, yeah, dead.
See, Jacob was with the health inspectors. Evie, she's with the, let's say, DSS. The Department of Social Services.
Look sharp. I will be back.
Thank you, Miss Crow.
So, yeah, are you gonna put them in schools now? Because, they're not really being a benefit to society anymore, so, it's best to educate them, right? Because, after all, education is the most powerful weapon you can give a person. But if it's given in the right way. Because education, it can be both a tool and a weapon. Also, depending on where you live, education can be, let's say, a privilege rather than a right. Like if you live in a suburban neighborhood, basically you're getting the best education possible because your family is probably wealthy enough to afford private schools. Whereas if you're just a kid living in the city, basically you're in a city public school and you're at the mercy of the system. Which is very unmerciful here in the States. Okay, so here is the game plan for today. I'm gonna finish out this session, and then I'm gonna start the next session, and hopefully I'll, chew through a decent chunk of it. Not all of it, because I think I record these things like 4-hour stints now. And also, since this is my only day off in like forever, I might do some shopping online. I'm trying to find a new setup because the roommate, she's getting a bit pissy about our living arrangement. So yeah, she's trying to limit what I can and cannot do inside these 4 walls. So I have to think of more creative ways to pump out these videos. A smaller setup. 32-inch TV was nice. I tried a bit of this game on a 55-inch TV. In the beginning, it was alright, but then in the end, because of ghosting and just weird things happening on the screen, I couldn't deal with it. So, yeah, I may bust it out. May actually get a monitor. Get a small monitor, sit it on top of the PS4, and then just game from that. Refresh rate is slightly better. Response time is actually better.
There you are. All that stands between you and Whitechapel
To be
is the women
continued.
controlling the borough. Kaylock has demanded you settle the claim for territory in a gang fight.
His loss?
Yeah. I'm sure he can put this to better use than I can.
Oh, thank God!
Assassin Christmas.
Gather your
Don't
arms.
cut yourself. Yeah, we know Jacob's excited. Actually, with the kukri, Jacob is a monster, yo. But like I said before, yeah. So I may switch out some components of my gaming setup to like actually include a not gaming monitor, but a monitor with a decent response time, maybe under 5 milliseconds, because I think the 55-inch TV is pulling maybe 5 or 6 milliseconds, maybe even 10. Probably it's like in between. I think 6 and 10 was what I saw one time, like ages ago when I was online looking at the specs for the
Mr.
TV.
Rex
And
Kaylock has agreed to your terms and waits for you at the Whitechapel train station. He's bet his train on the fight.
his train. Okay. So yeah, so I think that 55-inch has between, I think, either 5 or 6 milliseconds beginning, or like 10 milliseconds.
No matter.
Attack!
Yeah, look at me, gleefully talking. Oh, no. Hello.
There you are. Ready to fire! Run till your feet bleed! There's a boy! Keep him in! I won't get a clear shot! Center of cards! Bloody punches! You're
So vicious. Especially because the blood's like flying through the air. Ah, yeah. And he got run over by his own train. How ironic.
It appears to be broken.
Oh well. At least we have a train now. It's not all bad.
Pimp my ride. That was quite a gruesome way to go, though. Getting run over by your own train. Ugh. And according to the movie Hostile, basically, if you go underneath the train, oh, that blood will spray everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
Kaylock is dead. Whitechapel is no longer in the hands of the Blighters.
You now have the chance to join our ranks. We welcome all who would stand up to Starrick and his cutthroats.
Tch.
Welcome to the Rooks.
Yeah, I think Jacob's a little bit more charismatic
Aye,
than
you
Evie.
bastard. I'd rather throw myself to the tracks than run Bertha another mile for that doted ball bag.
Kaylock? He's left the station.
Well, hello, fancy pants. And who might you
I'm
two
Evie
be?
Fry, and this is my brother, Jacob Fry.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Agnes McBean.
A delight.
I thought I was getting a promotion. I suppose I'm out of work now.
Come work for us instead.
I won't bile your heat. You pay better than scraps?
I'm sure we can at least match that.
Then may I present to you Agnes and Bertha, lady and locomotive, at your service. I'll be in the next car.
A hideout on the rails. What an excellent idea.
Yes, it all
Said no
worked
one.
out rather well. Now, I would like to follow up a lead on... Jacob? Is this serious?
I'm not doing anything until this gets fixed.
I believe I know someone who can help with that.
I knew you would, Greenie.
Yeah, he knows people. That's his thing. She's got a fancy cookery too, but it's kind of weak compared to what I have now, of course. So yeah, I wonder what this game's gonna look like if I put it on a monitor. Probably gonna look the same. Probably a little bit. No? Probably even better. The faster response time. It's like, yeah, it's just like how fast the white dot can turn black, or you know, some crap like that. Basically, there's a lot of shit's happening on the screen. You can see it better with a lower response time than a higher response time. And then your refresh rate is basically how smooth it is. How smooth it looks. So, yeah. Alright. Oh, yeah, and possibly speakers too, yeah. So, I haven't decided if I should get a monitor with or without speakers. Probably with speakers, so that way if I want to actually listen to the game, I can. And perhaps if I want to stick some headphones in there, I can as well. So, yeah, but you know, really, the first thing that probably is like HDMI port. That's number one. Number two is whether it's got to be 1080p. It's like I'm not spending an like a fortune on a starter screen. So yeah, I want to start at like the basic level, 1080p. 1080p, maybe 2 to 4 millisecond response time, maybe around 60 hertz, because you know it's like I'll start a monitor. It's like I'm not plugging this into a PC just yet, so there's still time for that. And when the PC stuff does happen, basically I'll just upgrade the monitor anyway. So yeah, this is really for like the game consoles, because I want like a mobile setup type deal. And I need a platform to put it on. Or maybe like quick disassembly. Because I know there's going to be like 2 power cables running from the PlayStation and the monitor. Then I got to deal with the wires between the game capture card and microphone, maybe, if I want to. So yeah, 8 hours in this room. You got the chair basically to kind of free me up for like other shit, but because of our financial situation and the way I've been tracking the money that's been coming to me, it's like, yeah, there's a reason why I don't see triple-digit figures in my bank account anymore. Let's just say that.
You know, a mite of money goes a mickle bit in this city. Think of the power of good you can do with the purse you bring. You talk of a store in London. Well, now's your chance. That there map shows who to speak to. Old friends, if you will. Give 'em a whiff of that sterling, and maybe you can save us all from having to lay down our knife and fork afore we're ready.
Okay. I don't know what you just said. But that's okay. I'm a tourist. See, how to make a character OP in 12 easy steps. And yes, this game does have microtransactions, so say if you don't want to grind your character, or you can't find the means to grind your character, you can actually buy your way to victory, so to speak. However, grinding is really fun, and it actually teaches you how to better defend yourself in the game against like high level enemies, because you gotta do a lot of dodging. I mean, actually, it's essential. Well, dodging in this game is as essential as basically hitting the attack button. Or key for you PC people. See, the majority of the gang upgrades are actually useful in this game. It's just some that aren't. And then there's one that actually flushes streets with carriages, and at times makes it a bit impassable, so there's that. I think it's like mostly the insider stuff that's kind of useless, like the second and third tier stuff. Everything else, like the ringleader things and the swindler, like the ringleader column and the swindler column, those are actually the most useful that I found so far. But it's like this: if you play this game for like long enough time, you'll eventually reach a point where you'll ask yourself whether or not it's worth it to actually activate this this upgrade, because it'll actually destroy your experience. It's like, well, I don't really have a problem. For an example, it's like, I don't really have a problem dealing with blighters. So it's like, well, with them spotting me and them knowing that, you know, I'm like severely dangerous, it's like, okay, yeah, you may choose to fight me, may not choose to fight me. But if I take over the entire city and they still want to pick a fight with me, it's like, that doesn't quite seem right. So yeah, activating that particular upgrade to like have them stop attacking you on the street kind of makes sense at that point in time. Yeah, hopefully what I just said makes sense, because, you know, I may have just been rambling. Like I do on my job sometimes. I ramble on my job.
Enough shop talk. Believe Mr. Green said there was someone he wanted you to meet.
Yeah, those probably decorations. The weapons on the wall. Like, ooh, we can get rifles, just like in Unity. No. Actually, those weapons were extremely situational. Well, yeah, it's like an assassin with a gun. That doesn't seem right. Right? The times, the tames, the thames, the toms, tames. So, I had this conversation with a client in the lab one day, and she was like making like some pictures, and she's like, well, I just went on a vacation, like, she on her vacation, like summer vacation, she went on a trip to London, Paris, and Rome. And I was like, oh, really? That's like, because I play since I play like a lot of Assassin's Creed games. You know, I'm not gonna hide the fact. It's like, hey, I've kind of somewhat, in theory, visited those places myself, but as different people. And so since you went there like in real life, and I went there kind of through a video game, it's like, hey, I could kind of somewhat relate to what you saw. And it's like, yeah, so yeah, we kind of hit it off for a spell, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And funny thing, we talked about the Thames, and she was like, I was on a famous bridge. I was like, yo, which one's the famous bridge? It's like, there are a lot of bridges crossing the Thames, man. Say, oh, it's the one by the factory. Of course, it's probably the one by Big Ben, because you know, it's the one they always show in movies that feature London. I wanna run. Oh, I wanna run on the train tracks. Oh, look at this. It's like a painting in the night sky. Everything's so blue. I mean, after a while, they should let you like run loose with a sword in this game. You know, especially when Evie gets her Minerva cosplay on. It's like that should definitely come with a sword. But nah, it doesn't. Southwark.
You're gonna be so sorry.
Who's sorry now? Puta. Yeah, I've been watching a crap ton of Narcos too. Such a good series. Such a good series. The first season was absolutely perfect. It was like damn near like Godfather levels of perfection. Second season, I say since all the characters are established, it's like okay, so basically this is like Escobar's like fall from power, and now he's trying to rise back up. But because he's trying to, because he fell from power, basically there's like a power vacuum type deal going on. There's like other factions being formed, and it's like, oh, so we are like going straight into basically a full-on drug war. So I think that's what season 3 is going to be about. I like how you interrupt such a lovely score to look at your map. You're ruining all audio continuity here.
That's enough! I'm coming over!
You're just chilling, trying to get warm. They had to start something. Alright.
Best in the old city.